Welcome into the Sean and Sean podcast. You are in the first ever episode of our wrestling pod. Today is going to be strictly WWE, most likely strictly main roster, which is Raw and SmackDown, because we're just doing a strictly Royal Rumble pod. I'm Sean Usher, as you can see from the graphic below. Here's my esteemed co-host, Mr. Sean Cummings. What you got for us, Sean?
Hey, what's going on, sports entertainment family? Welcome to our debut podcast for sports entertainment, the wonderful world of wrestling. It's the same two guys, it's the same two amateur opinions. We're just talking about a different topic.
This is very true. Neither of us have ever wrestled professionally. If anything,
Or, yeah,
both of us have probably hurt ourselves. One person hurting the other more so than not. Not naming any names around here. but, but we do enjoy it. It is fun. For the Rumble, we have this is interesting as our first one because it's a special one. Because for every pay per view, we do a kind of a confidence betting pool thing. Now, no, we don't have anything up for grabs at the moment, but if this catches on, I think you fans get to pick what is on the line for each of us here. Now, note there is in the Rumble in particular there is a bit of a different type of scoring aspects of it. And I'm going to give it up to Sean to tell you the scoring of the game.
yeah. So past several months, we're doing this wrestling, uh, the fantasy take on it, where we take each of the matchups on the card, we select the winners for each of the matchups, and then we assign confidence points. You give the highest number of points to the matchup that you're most confident in, and then you kind of go down the line. You give lowest amount of points to the matchup that you're not the most confident with the winner in. So nice little confidence pool that we got going on for wrestling. It's been very entertaining. I think over the past couple of months, it's been pretty even. Where I think you and I have kind of split down the middle about who's won.
The
So, but
interesting
now
thing
this is the
is like, well, the interesting thing is, it's like when someone wins between us, they win. It's not like we've got close. It's someone's gonna just completely just get crap wrong when it comes to
yeah.
certain ones, and the other person is just dominating. Now, note,
I think
let the
one of
people
them.
know
I
what's
think
different
one.
about the Rumble.
Ooh, the Rumble. What's different is the main events for the Rumble. This is different from really any other pay per view that's out there because while the Royal Rumble is one of the four biggest events and pay per views of the year, and it takes place in January, this event consists of 30 different competitors entering the ring in different timed intervals, or actually different intervals throughout the match. And in order to win, you need to be the last competitor in there. Now, there's 30 people entering. Only one person is going to win, which makes the odds of choosing the winner very, very small unless you get really lucky. So, for the Rumble, we're not going to do confidence points necessarily, but we're going to give bonus points. Later on, we're going to talk about who we think our final four will be. So, the last four people standing in the ring. And for those that we get correct, we get 2 bonus points. And then if we can correctly guess the winner, that will be 5 bonus points on top of our confidence points. So that's what we got going on this time. It's going to be fun.
Indeed, it's going to be great. Some good old fashioned enjoyment going on there. Now, note, we've also got some little fun segments coming up with it. So it's not just that. Now, I do apologize, no graphics this week. We this is more of a short timing thing. We wanted to get the content out to you. We wanted to get our fun takes out to you. In the coming weeks, we will have graphics. We will show like for future pay per views, like who we're taking and the betting pool and whatnot. Once we get things going a little bit smoother, so I do apologize for that. But without further ado, let's jump into things. Let's go with
Let's
our
do it.
first matchup here. And I believe I don't know what the pre matchup is going to be, but my understanding is the first matchup is most likely going to be Sasha and Carmella 2. So Any thoughts on this one, Sean, other than it's unnecessary?
Oh, we've seen this. We've seen this match. They've been feuding over what the past several weeks, the previous pay-per-view, and I mean even this past week, Sasha is having a match with Carmella Sommelier, Reginald.
Like, it's like,
Why?
come on.
Why? Why are we doing this? Why?
I don't know. Don't know.
I'm
But
hoping it ends here,
please, please,
here, the Rumble.
we don't need a part three.
Yeah, we
You
don't.
know.
Oh
But
no, no, no.
with that said, I think we both agree on who wins this match.
Yeah, yeah. Going Sasha.
Sasha.
Sasha Banks. For the people at home, we may have forgotten this small little detail, but there are 4 matchups on the card that we know of prior to the Rumble events. So when we're
If
assigning
there are more
confidence points,
matches,
it is
we
going to be,
apologize.
yep, we're doing this on Friday, and SmackDown hasn't ended, so we do apologize if we're not completely up to date, but our confidence points will be based on the 4 matchups that we do know, and it will be awarded in 1 to 4. So I'm going
Yes.
Sasha Banks.
I'm going Sasha
4.
Banks 3. I'm taking 3.
3.
3, yes. Oh, you'll know
So
who
there's a
gets my
chance you're
4.
saying, ah, all right,
You'll
fair
love
enough,
my
fair
4.
enough.
So the next one up, another match that is unnecessary. It is Asuka and Charlotte versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Again, there's as much that we can say here. Like, do we need to say anything here? I mean, should other than the women's tag titles should be just evaporated, maybe melted in a vat of acid.
I don't want them to get rid of the title altogether because I like what they did by Karen NXT is need to start getting that over to NXT, start getting those teams. I know there's some logistical complications there, but the women's tag division on Raw, SmackDown,
It's not very good.
combined doesn't have as many as the men's, and that's really complicated. But for this one, Asuka have had the titles. We've seen more title defenses, or at least I think we've seen more title defenses for it. We've seen more involvement with those tag titles. And that's a good thing to see. I want to see them carry that momentum. But Asuka and Charlotte took the tag titles off Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler back at TLC. And this weekend, I think Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler get their titles back.
Why are
I
we
think
agreeing
that the
so
women's
much?
tag division's in a much better spot. See, you need to stop being in my mind. You need to get out of my mind.
But what are you
Nope. Yep.
giving
I
it
think they
in
get the titles back.
confidence?
I'm actually going with the 1. This one
Stop!
gets
Get
my
out my
1.
head! Get out my head!
Yeah, no, I think the titles change hands this weekend. That way, Asuka can get back to her singles title defense, and I think Charlotte can get back into that singles title picture. I think the tag titles were a good way to get her back, Charlotte back into the universe, get her back into the being popular
Right.
stuff.
Right, I agree. I agree. Now, no, people, we do apologize. We try to disagree sometimes. I don't. I think the only thing that's going to be disagreed on here is the confidence points for Sasha Banks because I think we're going to agree on the next two. So let's move on. Drew McIntyre and Goldberg. No, no. Here's the thing. I'm not as against this match as I am the other ones because something Goldberg's been away for a little bit. I get it. He's old as dirt, but it's a nice little match to get Drew over a little bit more. The way it came about was kind of dumb, but I'll take the match. Um, you have any thoughts on this one?
So does that mean you're going Drew?
Oh, you know I'm going Drew. Come on.
All right. Well, we have to differ. We have to differ. So I'm going to call an audible here. Okay.
Oh,
And here's my audible. I want to change my Nia Jackson and Bayes 2 points. All right. Changing that one to two
okay.
points. And for the winner of
Okay.
The Miz, I think The Miz cashes in his title for the Money in the Bank.
Oh. And
Granted,
you're
I'm giving
going
this
one
one
with that.
confidence point, right? I'm not very
You're
confident
going
in this
one.
one. Yeah, that's my new one. Yeah. So I'm going to
Because
go
guess
one.
what? Because guess
I
what? This
think,
this gets my four. This gets my four.
yeah, I think this one is going to make or break either one of us because if you're
Right.
right, I think you're going to win with everything else that we're agreeing on. So I'm going for the Miz. I think he's going to cash in. He's going to take the title. It's going to be a huge shocker. Um, I don't think he holds on to the title very long. I
No.
think maybe there's a
No.
further storyline
What a
later on.
day?
Maybe Goldberg takes it off him at Fastlane. Maybe Drew takes off Goldberg at WrestleMania to give Drew that true WrestleMania moment that he didn't have
No,
last
no.
time by winning
The-
it in
the-
front
the-
of a
the-
crowd. So maybe we
This
see
is
that angle.
WWE. This is WWE. They're gonna have Drew win it off of the Miz the next day if that happens on Raw. This, this is what they do.
Yeah.
Oh, we had cameo.
Yes, they do.
All right. So for the
Yeah, we
next
did.
match,
We did. That's my cat chef. She's been really jealous of me doing these, and she's going to get on the camera.
hey, hey, she wants to be a star.
Yeah.
All right. So for the next match, Roman Reigns, Kevin
Reigns.
Owens, in a last man standing match. Here's the thing. I'm not against this match, even though I mean it's three in a row right now. It's been this has to be the end. It's pushing to its limit. It's been entertaining. I'll say that it's been extremely entertaining, but we've pushed to the limit. This has got to end. Um, of course, I'm going Tribal Chief. Personally, I think that it's like one of the best gimmicks out there. It's one of the saving graces for WWE right now. Like when Roman Reigns says that he's the
Mm-hmm.
one holding the company up, he ain't lying. Like, what you got?
No, no, I agree with you there. I think this one's going to be Roman. I think kind of similar with how we were talking about Sasha and Carmella. It's almost like, why are we seeing this again? Why are we seeing this one at another pay-per-view? Because we know that Kevin Owens is not going to take that title. We know it's going to stay on Roman because Roman is such a good heel. He has such a good trajectory going right now that I really don't see when Roman is going to lose this title. Now, who knows what the build up to WrestleMania is going to be, but right now, for the time being, I'm going Roman. I'm giving him 3, which means if you're going Roman, you're going to give him 4. But I like how they
Drew
got
got
here.
my 4.
I like how they included Adam Pearce. Yeah. Oh, Drew got your 4.
Drew got my 4. Roman gets 2.
That's right. 2. That's right.
But all right, here's the thing with it. Like I know you call him a heel. Man, Roman's not really a heel.
What?
He's a complex guy. He's a complex guy. He's
He's a heel.
misunderstood. He's just trying to help everybody out.
He's trying to put food on people's tables. That's what he's trying to do.
Trying
He's
to
the head
keep
of the
the
table.
food
He's got
on
to
the table.
provide.
Exactly.
He is. Oh, he's a heel character, though. You saw what they did to Shinsuke. You saw what they did to Adam Pearce. You try to tell him he's not a heel. He's a heel. I love the angle he's taking, right? I love how he's going about his character. He thinks he's the greatest thing. He's doing good for everybody.
He's
I
the
think that's
good guy.
fantastic. I think it's a great way to play it. In his
You can't
mind,
let
but
that
not in real life.
disrespect slide. I'm just saying this just
No,
in case Roman
no,
Reigns
sir.
pays attention to something. He won't see it, but if he does see it, he'll come after you, not me. So, moving on, we're gonna
All right.
also just to state, just to get a little cameo in there for some other stuff. When we get into talking some of the other ones like AEW, I will not say a bad word about Eddie Kingston. I'm just saying he is the greatest guy ever because I know for a fact he watches these things. So just saying right there. But moving on to the women's rumble. We got a little segment first. Sean's going to give a little yay or nay on people who may make their debuts or may make reappearances. So let's roll that out.
Yeah. So the entire field for the Rumble has not been announced yet, nor have their positions when they're coming out. So it's a lot of unknown. It's a lot of surprise to it. Each year we see surprise returns, we see surprise entrants, and sometimes we see debuts. So that's what makes the Rumble a little bit more unique as well. I know we don't have the full list. I'm looking at a list of about 12 female entrants. Clearly, this is not 30. We're missing a lot of people on here, so I'm not working with the full list, but I put together some names. I'm going to throw them out there for you, and
Mhm.
I want to see if you think, yeah, I could see that. I want to see that, or nope, not going to happen. Couldn't see it. All right.
Let's hear.
First name, Rhea Ripley. Yay or nay?
Well, absolutely, absolutely. Let's get her out there. I
Yes.
mean, honestly, if
All
I
right. All
knew
right.
she was in it, if I knew she was in it, she would be in my final four. Hands down.
All right. I think we both agree. I'd like to see Rhea Ripley in there too. Next one is Becky Lynch. Does the man, the mom, return?
I don't think so. I would love to see it, but I don't think it happens. This I don't. That's like that's like a WrestleMania comeback type thing, in my opinion.
I'd like to see her. I'd like to see her come back at Royal Rumble because that's the build up to WrestleMania.
True, true, true. But I don't see it
She come
happening.
in.
I don't. Who else you got?
Yeah. All right. Someone that we've seen on screen, but not necessarily wrestling recently, Sonya Deville.
I think she should. I think she should. She's been around. I think she should. She's not going to make a huge dent, but I think she should. It's time. It's time. I mean, it's a sad story what happened to her, but like
Mm-hmm.
get back on that horse. Get back out there.
Yeah. I definitely like to see her back this year. All right, I got two more for you.
Uh,
Next one up is Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
I don't see it, and I don't know. I don't know. Like we need. I think they need like if she comes back, she better be a Raw superstar because Raw needs something more
Mm-hmm.
with what's going on. But I just don't see it.
Yeah, I know. Charlotte recently said that Ronda brings a lot to the table as far as her ability, what she can do. But Charlotte also continued to say, don't need her. So she
Ooh,
brings a lot to the table, but we don't need her. And part of me is
ooh.
wondering, is that a work or is that a shoot?
I think it's a work. I
We'll
think they
find out
do
this
need her,
weekend.
and I think she's trying to like lit those fires. Good for you, Charlotte. You know, one more though. One more. Let's rock it.
All right, my last one. My last one, Asuka. She is currently the Raw Women's Champion. She is the tag team champion, who we are both expected to draft that title. Wouldn't it be fun to see Asuka enter the Rumble to get a shot at Sasha for her SmackDown title?
It would be fun. It'd be cool, but it shouldn't happen. Um, One thing right now is I think WWE does a terrible job at building up the branding. They need to really build up Raw's brand, and they've been not doing well with Asuka lately. And I think we need Asuka to come back and be, straight up like, gangster warrior. Let me like spit green mist in people's faces and start like dominating her own show. She ain't even been doing that. They've had her be more of a character than the badass that she should be.
Yeah, that's true. I'd love to see her focus on the singles, come back, and really just be more of that warrior. That's what I want to see. That's what we've been missing on TV.
Agreed.
All right, so those were my
Agreed.
couple of yay or nays kind of thrown out there. See what you thought.
Now, no, just to state, because me and you both agree with this. Somehow, SmackDown women know their characters really well, and the show knows their characters really well. Where the Raw
Mhm.
women, it's almost like they don't know their character. Shayna should just be straight murking fools. Asuka should just be, legit just badass. Only person they seem to know is Charlotte and Nia Jax because I don't even know what Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke do. And don't even get started on what's her name going around with Ric Flair. That's not even touching
Lacey
it.
Evans.
Not even touching it. I wouldn't even gonna mention it.
Apparently,
Wasn't even
Ric
gonna
Flair
mention it.
is.
Hey, yeah, you're right. All right, all right, all right. All right. Do you have anything more to say about the women's rumble, that part of it, or are we jumping into the rumble?
Nope, I'm ready for the final four.
All right. So with the people, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna name one of my final four. He's gonna name one of his. If we are to line up, it's bound to happen. But the way we're doing it is we're giving our obvious ones first, our sleepers are going third, and our winners are going last. So, for my obvious final four member is an easy, obvious one. It's Miss Charlotte Flair. She won last year, and she's one of the most protected people in WWE. She's obviously going to be part of the final four.
She was my obvious one too. She won last year, but she really needs a single push. She's capable of winning it, absolutely. I don't want to
I don't think
see her
she
win
should.
2 years in a row, but she's capable of it.
True, true.
No, but Charlotte was my obvious one too.
All right. So my second obvious one, which I actually had different. And after everything's said and done, I'll say what my different one was. But my second obvious one is Shayna Baszler. What? What? Is that your second obvious one? Now, note Shayna Baszler is easily a candidate to win the Rumble, and I have no problem with her winning it if she does. She is a straight up, legit, just badass who needs to just, like, she could throw out everybody if she wanted to, easily. I mean, she got to get them eyebrows checked out, though. But, all right. Sean, who's your second obvious? Is it Shayna Baszler?
I hate that we agree. I really,
We're
I
not going
really
to
hate
agree
that
on
we're
number
agreeing
three.
on all of these.
We're not going to agree on number three. We aren't. Our sleepers are going to be different. I hope. Any
I hope
thoughts on
so.
Shayna though?
I hope
Because I
so.
know
Otherwise, you're
Shayna's
going to
your
cause me
girl.
to call another audible.
All right,
She
Shayna's your
is,
girl.
you know, I'm call I'm calling the audible right now. I'm calling the audible. I'm saying Bianca is
Okay,
my my other obvious. They've been giving her a big push.
okay.
She's newer to the roster within the last year or so. So I'm going to change my argument and say maybe it's a little bit too early to for a title push. Just
Okay.
yet.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I'll move on to my
And
sleeper.
Bianca's my second obvious now that
I'll move on to my sleeper. My sleeper was different before. This is my one that actually was different before. My new sleeper is Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss actually lasted, I think, the longest of anyone last year with the Rumble. It was either her or Bianca Belair who lasted the longest. And now, with her super fiend powers, I mean, who knows what she's capable of?
yeah, I love this new character that's associated with the Fiend. I love where it's going. I love the direction for it. I want more of it. I think that's a pretty good pick. Me personally, I don't have her in my final four as much as I enjoy the character. I don't think she's going to make it that far. So my sleeper pick, Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley. See, I told you we'd have it differently.
Yes, we do. We do. I'm glad we do. I don't. We don't know anything about whether NXT will be appearing in the Royal Rumble or how
But
much they'll be involved with it. So this pick could be completely wrong. Who knows? We're gonna find out Sunday though.
but it's rumored that Rhea Ripley is coming up to the main roster. Primarily
Yeah.
Raw is what I think I've been hearing.
SmackDown, please.
I've been hearing Raw.
Please, please send her to SmackDown, please.
All right, time for winners. You switched yours. I'm keeping mine.
I did.
Is Miss Bianca Belair. It's the EST. I just, she's got that charisma that just the WWE needs. She's a one of those characters you gravitate to, in my opinion. Some of the other characters get a little boring, get a little dry. I don't think she's boring or dry, personally. And here's what I'll say where I switched it. Her stuff with my who was going to be my sleeper, which was Bailey, is just fantastic. Bailey knows her character so well, and Bianca's actions with Bailey is fantastic. So, but I do think Bailey does deserve the title push. We need some new blood. We need it happening, and we need it sooner than later. Go ahead with Joe Shayna.
Yeah. Some good points there from
Again,
Bianca. I definitely can't disagree because what 10 minutes ago I was gonna go Bianca, and that ended up changing. So I definitely agree with Bianca. When you're thinking of these superstars, not only do they have to be good in the ring, selling in the ring, but they have to be good on mic skills. And it's something that Bianca does with it's so smooth. There's such confidence to it, and she's just spectacular on the mic. She got those good skills. I like how my girl Bailey's putting her over. I know when Bailey went heel, it really changed her character. I mean, now she had that tag team with Sasha. She had the feud with Sasha, and now she's at a point where Bailey doesn't need the title to be relevant. She doesn't need the title to
right.
have a good storyline, and I like how she's using this to put Bianca over. But now I'm not having Bianca win. Gotta go, my girl Shayna.
Oh no, no, no. Hey, much
The
respect for
Queen of
Shayna.
Spades.
Much respect.
Yeah, but I
We need
want
to
to
get her
see,
away from
just
Nia
like I want to
Jax.
see Asuka come back as the Warrior.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we need to get her away
yeah. I mean, as
from
much as I
Nia
want to
Jax.
see, too. Yeah, I
All
want to
right,
see
all right.
badass
So
Shayna Baszler show up. I want to see Shayna Baszler at Elimination Chamber. That's the Shayna I
yeah.
want to see. The one who's choking everybody out, making them tap, pinning them within seconds. That's what we need to see. That's who I want to see this Sunday.
See, they almost did it a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks ago, they had her come out. She wrecked Mandy Rose. Then she got in the ring. She wrecked Dana Brooke, and then they ruined it by having those two come back and be able to come back. And it's just like, no, no. Shayna's gonna wreck them. She's gonna put them down, and she's gonna walk out Roman Reigns style. But something I think we both agree is both women's divisions needs the influx of new blood. And I know Shayna and Bianca aren't super new, but they're new enough. And it's just like we don't need Charlotte winning again. We don't need that. Charlotte doesn't need that. Charlotte can have a
Yeah,
singles
but what's
push.
been the knock on? Yeah, but what's been the knock on WWE all these years is that they keep pushing the same talent. They keep going back to the
Right.
was like the older talent, the veteran talent. That's always been one of their big criticisms with the fans is not
Exactly.
giving the younger stars the push.
And I agree with the fans. It's the one thing AEW has started doing that WWE doesn't do. But unless you have something more to say about the women's rumble, we could move on to the men's. All right, let's did
Nope, I got a couple men's
the
yay or nays for you.
yes the men's yay or nay. Let's start it up.
All right, I'll try and limit it to 4 or 5. I had a whole bunch of names written down because there's more potential male competitors that could enter. So
True, true.
obvious one, Brock Lesnar.
I don't see Brock. Nor do I even want Brock. I know he's a draw, but I just don't care about him personally. I don't want to see someone come in and wreck everyone like that. Not in the men's division. I don't need it.
No. The reason he's on here is WWE just reached that new deal with Peacock. They're going to be moving their WWE content to the Peacock services, and that's going to begin in March. And what happens right
Mm,
after March?
yeah,
WrestleMania. What does, what would a company want when they're acquiring all of this content for millions, billions of dollars? They want to have immediate returns, and who else than Brock Lesnar could give them that big
I
name
guess.
for WrestleMania? No, I mean, just think you have multiple storylines. You have a storyline with Drew, so he can get his WWE title back. You have a storyline with Roman because there's Paul Heyman
You're,
involved. I mean, we got a lot of storylines here. It can go any number of ways. Okay, so you're not a big fan of
I
that one.
no,
How
no,
about,
sorry.
all right, how about my second one is my boy, The Fiends. Making
I'd love
his
it.
return at the Rumble.
I'd love it. Whatever new cocoon he comes out of, I don't care if it's the Fiend. I don't care if it's Bray Wyatt. I don't care. I don't care. Bring that man back. That is the best commodity they have right now. Is Bray Wyatt is the best commodity that they literally have right now, and that dude's dope. Put him back in. He ain't gonna win, but he's awesome. Just come in and just be like crazy, something nuts. I'll take it.
Yeah. I want the Fiend to return, but I don't necessarily want him to enter the Rumble. I don't want him to be a participant. I want him to interfere with Randy Orton and get Randy Orton out. That's what I want.
Okay.
That's what I want to
Either
see.
which way, either which way.
He needs to be back. Yeah, he needs to be on TV. Yeah. All right.
Ooh,
Let's go
number
with
three.
someone who is always rumored at just about every pay per view, CM Punk.
No, it's not happening. Be fun. Be fun.
Yep.
But it's not happening.
Yeah. Alrighty. Got two more for you. You're gonna like these. Guarantee it. You're gonna like them. First one is Damian Priest.
Love it. I want Damian Priest in the Rumble. I actually want him close to the Final Four. I don't think he's there yet, but get him close there. Maybe even like start up like a little thing between him and Bobby Lashley. That'd be fun.
Yep, I knew you'd like that one. And you're gonna like this one too. What's always something big that happens at the Rumble? There's always a clock. There's
Oh,
always a countdown. Who says
yeah.
tick tock, tick tock,
All right, all right. My guy Karrion Cross.
carrying?
All right. So here's the thing: if they did it right, and here it's it's hard pressed here. If they did it right, yes, put Karrion Cross in the Rumble, but he deserves to win it. I'm just saying, he either
Yeah,
deserves to win it
he
or he
does.
needs someone to screw it up for him. I'm gonna take back. I'm gonna be a hypocrite. I'm gonna take back what I said earlier. I do need to see someone come into the Rumble and wreck everyone. It's called Karrion Cross, or what he should be called WWE, which is Killer Cross. Just you got me up now. Yes, yes, yes. I would love to see him in it. I'd love to see him win it, but I'd even love to see some sort of feud with him and let's say Keith Lee.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Maybe him and maybe Keith Lee gets him out, and then like there's something there. But all right, off of that, what do you think about Karrion Cross? I know he's more my guy than yours.
I think he could be good in a Rumble match. I think he could be good at throwing people around and especially throwing people out. I'd enjoy seeing that.
And he's crazy. All
Yeah.
right, so now getting to our final four. So my obvious one is Randy Orton. It, I mean, he's the veteran guy. He was in the Final Four last year, I believe. Um, he's it just he makes sense.
Can't disagree with that one. He is he's what, a two-time Royal Rumble winner?
Yeah,
So definitely makes sense to see him in the final four. Yeah. My obvious one is the other half of Rated RKO, Edge.
and
Yep. He's coming back for Randy.
I know,
Mm-hmm.
I know, and it'd be interesting if both of them get knocked out before the Final Four because they knock each other out. That'd be hilarious.
That would be. That'd be fun to see.
So my next obvious one is Keith Lee.
Ooh.
I mean, he's a massive man. He'll throw dudes out. He's athletic. So even if someone's trying to throw him out, he can flip back in. I just and he's a star. He's regardless of the little nonsense between him and Vince going on because of branding. WWE is if they're smart, they're gonna push this man. I mean, he literally is a star and a stud. So yeah, he's in my final four.
Okay. I mean, that's a pretty good pick. I mean, Keith Lee's been off TV for a little while, ever since he was defeated by Drew at the Legends Night. He's been off
True,
TV
true,
for a little while. I mean, what better way to make a comeback than the Rumble? Come back on TV.
true,
Good pick. Definitely capable of winning. I just don't know if Vince, being petty, will have him in the final four. We'll see.
true, true.
We'll see. So, my other obvious pick was AJ Styles. And I think he's going to be in the final four because the past couple of Raws,
Yeah,
Adam Pearce has always had somebody going up against AJ Styles. If you can beat AJ Styles, then you can be in the Rumble. So far, AJ has been, what, 3-0 over the past 3 weeks in those
yeah,
situations? And if he has
yes,
his
he
boy
has.
almost on the outside, catching him when he falls over, I think it's a huge advantage for him.
All right, so AJ Styles was going to be my sleeper pick, but I switched my sleeper pick. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I feel Jey Uso could be a good sleeper for the Rumble. Just for the storyline. I mean, I almost went with Jay to win just to see the storyline. Like, I'm going to jump over to Raw and get Drew McIntyre's belt. That'd be hilarious. But I'm going to go with Jey Uso for my sleeper pick.
That's a good one. That'd be some good storylines if he did win, get the title from Drew, or try to get the title from Drew, lose, Roman starts getting involved, maybe a little build up to WrestleMania.
Yep.
Some good
And your
possibilities
sleeper pick
there.
is?
Uh, my sleep, yeah, member of the Hurt Business, current United States champion, Bobby Lashley. He is my sleeper pick. I imagine that pretty soon he's going to drop that U.S. title to Riddle. I don't know if they're going to put that on the card for
That's
the
so
Rumble, but
dumb.
I can just see it. He's going to drop the title, and I think he needs a push because he had the matchup with Drew months and months ago. That one title
It was a good
chance,
match, though.
but they
It was a
really
good
didn't
match,
revisit it.
which they
It
should have.
was. It was. I
Be-
don't know why they didn't come back to it,
because
but yeah.
it wasn't fully clean. That's the other thing. It wasn't a fully clean win for Drew. But moving on. So my winner is going to be. So I'm way outside the box on this. Just to say, I'm way outside the box on this one. You're gonna be like, whoa, whoa, because this should be a sleeper. This should be a sleeper, but it's my winner. So my winner is none other than a return, and he may not even return, but I'm gonna take him. He's a return, Mr. Braun Strowman, and yes,
Ooh,
the Monster Mug
nice.
Men, yes, returning to win and go basically for that title shot he was supposed to get.
Yeah, I think he was supposed to title push after Survivor Series, but he
Yeah,
ended up a little bit injured. Had to take a little time off. He gave Adam Pearce that cut. Uh, yeah, he was actually one of the many names that I had on my men's year name to win. We don't even know if he's gonna. My winner, I am going with the man who needs this Royal Rumble to complete his legacy. The man who should have won a Royal Rumble, hasn't, who deserves another title push. I'm going with the Yes Movement.
oh, Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan. Yep. I'm going for Daniel Bryan. He already has a built in storyline with Roman Reigns to push WrestleMania.
True.
My pick is Daniel Bryan.
And I mean, he's coming in number one. We'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you missed someone else that I would love to have made their debut. They're not their debut. Their reemergence at the Rumble. Again, someone who I would have said no, will not, but would love to have seen. And that's the other half of the man, Mr. Seth Rollins.
He was also on my list, but I kind of cut it down to only 5 to talk about.
Uh,
So he was on that list
I
though.
hear you. I hear you. I hear you. It's just yeah, yeah. Seth Rollins. I don't know. Yeah, I like that guy.
Yeah, I think
But
he'd return sooner than Becky would. I'd like to see him come
so
back.
so I think your winner is more likely than mine because we know yours is in the Rumble. It's interesting. I dog Raw so much, but 3 of my final 4 picks are Raw superstars. And that's the thing. Raw has great superstars. I just think they've got atrocious writers. I don't know what their creative team is doing from week to week.
Yeah, the storyline doesn't seem to carry a lot of consistency. I mean, we had Goldberg come out at the end of Legends Night, and he starts talking about how he he can sense that Drew thinks down and less of the legends who paved the way for him, and it just seemed like an awkward way to get into a challenge for that title.
Well, it
I,
was
I
more
think
of an
there are
awkward
some
way.
some errors there
Well, it was more of an awkward
because if
way to
anybody on
do
the
it.
Raw roster is disrespectful,
It's Randy Orton.
yeah,
Well, that's what made it awkward. Is like you got Randy Orton backstage, straight up insulting all the legends, and well, Goldberg's gonna come down and talk to Drew.
yeah.
I don't
Oh
know.
man, you
I
see
don't
what
know.
Randy Orton did to poor Mark Henry? That was
It
man,
is not. It is not cool. I just
yeah.
love. I just love the. Oh, was it like a couple weeks later? Triple H come out. Yeah, it's okay for you to light a man on fire, but you insult some old people. We got some problems.
That's where the line is drawn, though. Okay, that's where the line is drawn. Now, the Fiend was set on fire in the Firefly Funhouse, so we don't know if that was really set on fire, right? It was a whole match, a
No,
Firefly
no.
Funhouse Inferno match. So it may not have
True,
been in
true.
this realm that he set him on fire. Maybe just in the mind.
I mean, I don't know. Anyways, do you have any thoughts, more thoughts for the people, Sean?
For the Rumble, I hope you enjoyed. I'm
For the
looking
one.
forward to it. It's going to be exciting. Words of advice, just like before, wash your fruits and vegetables.
Watch fruits and vegetables. Also,
Mm-hmm.
just to stay, you want to learn to defend yourself better? Learn martial arts.